あんたじゃ活かせない。はっきり言ってパートナー失格だね。
パートナー失格。
応用テストは不合格。
Pokemon Horizons episode number 61. And, this is an episode that was, Roy versus Ryme. And there's kind of two things here. First off, out of all of the different new gym leaders, Ryme isn't my least favorite. If I had to kind of really, talk about what my least favorite gym leader was, it was probably either 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐻 or I think it might have been 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐻, to be honest. Like, I think 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐻 might have been like my least favorite gym leader, just because sure he was a snowboarder or whatever, but like his town, like it was virtually just like it was a very small town. And 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐻 was probably my least favorite, and then Ryme, and then after Ryme was probably honestly Brassius, and then after Brassius it was Katie. But really after Katie, like I kind of really like all of them from there on. But regardless, this episode really just featured Roy, and out of all the three characters, I don't think in all these 61 episodes that I've covered, I don't think I've ever hidden that the fact that I think Roy is my least favorite of the three protagonists that we have in Pokemon Horizons. And even when the show came out early on, and I know a lot of people drag me out as like a hater and stuff like that, but the reality is I really wish the show was truly just focused and centered around 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐸𝐻. I think 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐸𝐻 is such a special character, and I think that she's been awesome for Pokemon Horizons. And everyone who was worried about Ash, being out of the picture, although I get it, I have a soft spot for Ash as well too. I grew up on Pokemon just like, mostly everybody else, but I grew up like from like episode 1 when it first launched. But I really think 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐸𝐻 really makes the show. And in the more recent episodes, probably, since her introduction, and then the more recent adventures that they got on, probably like the last 20 episodes, Dot has really come out of her shell and really been like a really dynamic, I should say, character. And, Dot is a really cool character because she's overcoming adversity. She's overcoming her introvert just nature, kind of trying to be a little extroverted, trying to be a good trainer, trying to understand what being a trainer is to her. Trying not to rely on tactics that she's learned from her mother. She's also a YouTuber, a famous, very, very famous YouTuber. So she has like a really dynamic and just wide range of characteristics and what she brings to the table. But for Roy, I always felt like they added him because they were like, oh, well, the reality of Pokemon is like they cater to young, they cater to kids. And they are going to be catering to young boys and young girls. And I think it was a huge win for the show to have 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐸𝐻 as the main character, because like even like my daughter like really, really loves her quite a bit because, she can see herself within 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐸𝐻 and stuff, which, isn't as easy as Ash was. But one of the things that Pokemon did throughout its run times was it constantly introduced Ash's friends. And, you can have, be like, okay, if I'm a little girl, I can associate myself with May or Misty or something, somebody else. So I definitely understand why Roy exists. He exists so that, the little boys who are watching the show can, put themselves and, kind of like really feel interactable with Roy. But he's always been kind of the least of my favorite because he's really just that go-getter. He's just kind of like, typical MC stuff, like, just typical, like, just really out there. And one of the things I've liked least about Roy is the whole singing thing that he does with Fuecoco. And, depending how you look at it, you're either annoyed or you find it cute. I really don't know if there is a middle ground there. But for me, it's really always on the annoying side. And I really like this episode because Ryme really called him out of like, you're a failure. You sing, but the reason you do it is misplaced. Really he should, if he's singing, if he's deciding to do that, it should really be to strengthen his bond, strengthen his ties, understand that Fuecoco enjoys it, and kind of like really do it because my Pokemon enjoys it and because like it brings my Pokemon to a new height. But, his thing is he's doing it because it helps him win and it helps him, do whatever. So he has like the wrong idea. So Ryme really called him out for that. She's like, you're a failure of a trainer, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, out of the 3 characters, Liko, Dot, Roy was the last one I wanted to see a 2-episode binger on his, adventure, his thing. I really would have just loved to see him just this whole 1 episode just focus on, him getting to the next level. But next episode, we're going to get him facing down Nimona and, training. And we'll probably get a Fuecoco evolution, I imagine. So we'll probably see him go into his next form. What's Fuecoco's next form? Rocolore or something like that? Frocolore? What's his middle evolution? Crocolore? Folklore? I can't remember. Where's my handy dandy where's Sarah be at? What's the middle evolution? Why am I forgetting? Fuecoco. And then at his last one, 𝐒𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐿. 𝐿𝐿 Skeletor is a great one. The middle one is the sombrero Crocolore. Crocolore. Hold on, let me see. Crocolore. The middle evolution is whatever to me. But Skeletor is just awesome. So we're probably gonna get a evolution next episode. So that's what I imagine, and we'll probably see him terrestrialize again. More in tune with his Pokemon as opposed to trying to force it. But one of the things that this episode did confirm for me is that you can force the terrestrialization. They kind of sold it in the beginning of like the terrestrialization, something like it's earned like a bond, kind of like how Mega Evolutions were. It's like it's something that you and your Pokemon have to like be feeling. But the reality is it's not. You can't just make them terrestrialize, which makes sense because you can. That's just how it works. So, yeah. Anyways, that's how I feel about the episode. I think it was an okay episode. If I had to put a number on it, I think this episode was better than... I think the last episode was a filler episode. So I think it was better than last week. I would say 6.5, maybe 7 out of 10. Maybe not 7. 6.5. Let's go with like 6.5 out of 10. I think this is still like a decent episode. If 5 is super mid, 8 is good, 9 is great, 10 is awesome, masterpiece. 6.5 would probably be like, decent, decent to, like an okay. I think it was an okay episode. I think I'd be comfortable with labeling it as an okay episode. But there was good stuff here. So I definitely want to say that. And Ryme's rapping, I mean, it is what it is. I think it's a neat thing to have a rapper within the world. And I do like that. By the way, I do like that Roy faced off in a rap battle. And he did pretty good, I thought, too. So, all right. I'll leave you guys some of those thoughts there. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next week, my trainers. All right. Peace out.